my name, saying, I am the Christ, and will deceive many. An escalation of deception against the truth. Jesus said that was going to come. He said that 2,000 years ago. 2,000 years ago, Jesus said there would come an escalation of the deconstruction of society. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 27.
This kid is weird.
The Bible says, so God created man in his
This
own
kid is
image.
weird.
Mark that, church.
Once I
In
started
the
coming
image
around,
of
I want to
God,
hop
he
on.
created him. Male and female,
Wow,
he
what?
created them. Then God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply. Jesus said there's going to come a time as we get near the end of an escalation of deconstruction regarding society. God's pattern was, I have made human beings in my image, male and female, I've created them. Jesus said there would come an escalation of calamities on earth. They would increase. Matthew 24, verse 7. And there will be famines, pestilence, and an 8.2 magnitude earthquake. Now that's good. Earthquakes in various places, and all these things, Jesus said, are the beginning of sorrows. Escalation of calamities.
Oh my, the escalation of calamities. I was listening to Germany's President Angela Merkel recently, and she was referring to the floods in Germany over the summer. She said this, staggering. She said the German language cannot describe the devastation. It's the birth pangs, and you're wondering, why is everything out of control? I believe it's because Jesus is saying, hey, I am coming soon, and the birth pangs are going to escalate the closer we get to my return.
Oh no, and be quiet. Oh no, she just cries all the time.
Perspective for just a moment, and also a plea for believers over there. Talking for the hour with Pastor Jack Hibbs, Calvary Chapel, Chino Hills, California. Had the privilege of ministering there on a couple of occasions, and will again Saturday, September the 11th. BeholdHeComes.org. You can find out more about Jack, jackhibbs.com. Pastor Jack, the prophetic significance, I think, and please speak into this, of the Afghanistan situation, America's pullout, etc. Clearly, the whole world, but particularly the players in the Gog and Magog Ezekiel 38-39 scenario, now know America is the weak player on the planet, that she has no loyalty to anybody, including Israel, and that is alluded to in Ezekiel chapter 38, where the nations of the world, America obviously included, just stand back and say to the invaders of Israel, what are you doing? But they don't actually do anything. Well, that's Joe Biden on steroids.
The nations of the world previously understood that even when we had a change in power from Republican, Democrat to Republican, that America still stood for its constitutional values. It was a beacon, and the world could look to that beacon and trusted that beacon. And now we see where a tremendous peace and stability had come to the Middle East. The Abraham Accords, there were a lot of talk about Nobel Peace Prizes. People stopped attacking each other. There was this calm, and investments began to rush into the region. People began to experience a better standard of living, and now it's gone. Like someone pulling a plug in a bathtub. The water quickly has gone down in the matter of months. The destabilization. So now the United States is no longer a factor in the Middle East. This sets up Russia and any other partner like Persia to do what they want to do. The Bible tells us, and this is what's fun, Jen, we don't have to make this up. The Bible tells us that Israel is going to be the ultimate target. They're going to be the one that's in the way. Russia's going to want the resources of the Middle East, and Persia wants the Jewish state destroyed. They'll team up together, even though they can't stand each other, to accomplish each other's goals for each other's own advancement. And the great thing is, we've read Ezekiel, and they're not going to succeed. The God of heaven steps in. The Jews at that point will begin to see, I believe it means, Jan, that Jews will begin to wake up. I don't think the whole nation's going to get saved. I think the scale's going to be lifted from the eyes. The Jews are going to start seeing that God delivered us from this Russian-Persian battle. I think we're, of course, closer on the calendar than ever. I mean, it doesn't take Einstein to figure that out. But what we are closer to is policy. You cannot trust the United States anymore to protect you, because Biden